All right, guys, we'll let Coach make a brief opening statement, then take questions.
Obviously not the conversation I want to be having with you. UCA came in and played. UCA came in and played a good game. They didn't turn the ball over, and we did. It's pretty much that simple. 4 turnovers to none. Breakdown in special teams for 7 points. And 34 minutes of possession for them, and whatever that leaves for us. Just left our defense on the field too long. So you could see it kind of turning. Felt like that momentum was getting away from us, and we were stalling out offensively and leaving our defense out there too much. Just felt like we'd make a play at some point to stop it, and we didn't. Kids didn't quit playing, just didn't play well. We've got execution issues across the board that we've got to fix. Growing pains on offense continue. We're hoping that all the new pieces of the puzzle would be playing better than they are at this point together, and we're not. Biggest disappointment, I think, is the fact that we didn't run the ball well at all. Really struggled to move the chains on the ground and take some pressure off of the quarterback. Justice did some really good things at times, but obviously way too many mistakes to be effective. Even though the numbers in terms of yardage of throwing, were big, but just too many mistakes. So moving forward, we got to stop turning the ball over. We got to play better in all 3 phases and quit hurting ourselves. But again, I want to give Steve and his group from UCA. They played a great football game. Had a good game plan. They ran it well. They played balanced football and played good in all 3 phases and hung in there and gave themselves a chance to win, and that's exactly what they did. So with that, I'll answer your questions.
The turnovers are obviously always momentum changers, but the one on the end around where I think you got, I don't remember exactly what the score was, but what were you guys feeling at that point just in terms of kind of momentum and where things were at?
Well, it was my call, by the way. It was a reverse throwback pass to the quarterback, who's probably still doing jumping jacks over here in the end zone with nobody around him. But they did a great job getting pressure on the edge, and right there we just got to eat the play. Ball doesn't get pitched. I need our ball carrier just to eat the play, take a lost yardage play, and move on. We had momentum. Felt like we had it on the right hash we needed it to have on, and we've run that play a million times. It scored a lot. We thought we had some momentum that was going to take some pressure off of Justice. He didn't have to make a play. We were able to create an explosive play. We ran 2 trick plays tonight. One hit for big and one hit for bad. And what we need that to be is just 2nd and 12. I don't need it to be a turnover, and that's what it was. But it was my call.
Not blaming Johnston White, but that fumble that he had down close to the end zone.
Every turnover was huge tonight, Matt, to be honest with you. I mean, you just cannot turn the ball over 4 times. And he is not typically a guy that's put the ball on the ground. It was huge. At that time, yes. But so were the other ones. All 4 of them are huge. We can't have it. We cannot turn the ball over. We've had this conversation before. Turnover ratio and explosive plays are gonna dictate the game. And we've lost one side of that battle every game so far, so I don't expect the outcome to be any different.
Why don't you think you guys were able to establish a running game?
Don't know. It's a good question. Not something I could tell you without watching tape. Felt like we could coming in. Feel like we should have been able to at this point. Didn't think they were adding extra guys to the box a whole lot. They were playing us pretty standard and basic, and we got to find an answer because we have to be able to run the ball. We tried to run the ball tonight and did not run it well. 34 carries for 45 yards is about as bad a rushing attack as we've had that I can remember in a very long time, and it's got to get fixed.
How big a part is the lack of a running game in terms of just all of your struggles?
Huge. Even though we like to throw the ball and will, and obviously are capable of throwing the ball at times really well, if you stop the run and you can run the ball, you win games. And that's what we're able to do a year ago. We played well against the run, and we ran the ball well. It creates explosive throws. It keeps us ahead of the chains. As long as we're ineffective rushing the ball, it just is not a good dynamic for us. We're not built to be dropping back and throwing the ball 70 times a game. We'd rather keep people in conflict between run and pass, and a couple of our biggest plays are not worth that. But you got to be ahead of the chains to do it, and we've got to run the ball better than we did tonight.
Veteran O-line, it seems like they're not really getting a push.
There's a million reasons, I'm sure, but yeah, we're not owning the front. Now, whether I look at that and it's movement that's causing it problems or just one-on-one battles, I can't tell you without watching tape. I just know we got to be able to run the ball, and we couldn't tonight, and it's a huge concern.
Your defensive front, I mean, in camp, everybody thought that was going to be a strong group. How were they able to run the ball effectively?
Well, I didn't look at the yardage, but
I mean, there were times when they needed
46 for 112. I think mainly we kept them out on the field too long, to be honest with you. We played it well at times. Some of the movement, they got us out of gap with some secondary players and second-level players that I thought they utilized motion and some formations to get us in conflict, and we didn't play that very well. But I think as much as anything, just out there way too much. I mean, there's a 10 minutes difference in how much they played and the offense played, and it's going to take its toll. And they were committed to running the ball all night, which we knew. I'd like to play it better than we did, but offense has got to give them a chance to catch a breath and get them off the field.
The drive where they went up the pass down here to Cox, did you sense your defense was fatigued during that drive?
A little bit. You know, just been a long drive, been out there, and it was extremely humid and hot tonight. I mean, it took a toll. You felt like that, we needed to find a way to get a stop early in the drive. You extend that drive, it obviously plays in the offense's favor at that point.
What was your impression of just their offense in general with Hilbrand and the two receivers that they went to?
I think they do a great job utilizing their personnel. They keep you in conflict between run and pass, utilize the play-action pass really well, get it to their playmakers as often as they can. They're patient. Steve has always been a guy that's going to be good at running the ball, and they are. And even when things didn't go well, they weren't afraid to go back to it. They might not get much on first down, but they'd be willing to come back to the run, and it'd be a little bit better the next time. Very patient and balanced plan that I thought mainly they didn't turn the ball over. And I thought they had a great plan. They punted. Their punt game it kept us from really being able to get any of our returners on track. Punting away, putting the ball on the ground where it rolled. Even the quarterback punt team to create a long field. Felt like we were backed up the whole first half. And I thought they utilized that game plan really well.
Outside of turnovers, what is your biggest concern with this team at this point?
With the team, offensively, we got to run the ball. We got to be able to run the ball. Defense, we got to get them off the field on third down. We let them convert on third and long several times. We had them in, pin your ears back and get them off the field situations and didn't. And special teams, just consistency. I thought the kickoff return team started getting to go tonight, but we obviously did not cover very well. We're not putting the ball in the right locations on punt team. We're punting it out of target and making it really tough to cover, and you saw the effects of that tonight, just consistency. Consistency. Like I said, I knew we'd have some growing pains with as many new people on offense, but their skill level is high. We have some great athletes, but we are not playing good football. And we all wanted this learning curve to be over a lot sooner than it is, and it's hurting to watch, but it's frustrating because, individually there's some really good athletes, but we've not come together as a team yet. And, we said that in the beginning, potential to be really, really good, but scared to death that if we couldn't get it to come together, it's going to be a frustrating, season, and that's where we're at right now. Luckily, we haven't played a conference game yet. There's still time to fix it, but it ain't going to get any easier. So maybe confidence. Finding some confidence in the fact that we can do the job. I think there's a lot of guys second guessing right now, which is typical of 0-4.
And that's what I was going to ask. I mean, obviously confidence is going to be down following this start. I mean, what do you do? And now you sit here
Go to
for
work.
10 days
Go to work.
before
Go to
you-
work. That's the only way it can happen. That's what I just told the team. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's two responses here. There's two responses. One is to point fingers and blame everybody else and feel sorry for yourself. The other one is pull together as a family and honestly block out all the noise of all the people booing them and telling them they're terrible and all that. That's we're going to pull together and find ways that each person can impact the team in a positive way. That's hard to do. This is not territory anybody wants to be in, but it is where we are. And these guys will work. I know these guys will work. Staff and players will work, and we'll get better. We'll find a way to get better.
Anything in your mind that you want to do differently than you have the first 4 weeks?
Well, I'd love to go rewind it all back and play it all again if you can figure out a way to do that, but it is what it is. it's been different things that have plagued us each week. We didn't turn the ball over at all the first 2 weeks, but we couldn't tackle and made a lot of mistakes. The last 2 weeks we've been plagued by turnovers. We've tackled better. It's been a different problem. Last week the penalties. This week, we had a few, but not nearly. We didn't have the personal foul, stupid stuff. So I was proud of that. But it's been you plug one hole and another one sprouts up. We just have not found consistency in any area enough to say that we're a good football team. I still think there's good football to be played if we can get there. I'm not giving up hope because I know the talent is there. We just got to find continuity, some confidence, some rhythm, and settle down and play football. And it starts at quarterback, obviously. We got to find a way to make Justice comfortable, and running the ball well would help a lot, take a lot of pressure off of him.
Did you ever think at one point of bringing Boytik in?
Nope, I did not. We got to stop that scenario. This can't be something we bounce back and forth. He earned an opportunity last week when he played, or 2 weeks ago in the fourth quarter against Auburn. He played well last week when he came in, and tonight at times he played really well. We got to ride him through it. We got to teach him up. We got to make a system that's simple enough that he can grow through it. He's a sophomore. There'll be times it won't be real good, but there's a lot of folks that can help him out too. It can't be all on his shoulders. We're at the point now where we can't have a quarterback indecision controversy anymore. We got to move forward, and I think we have.
To what extent do you consider making any changes at this point?
Such as
Personnel or coaching assignments?
everything that we do has to be evaluated. But guys are coaching the players they're supposed to coach. Guys are doing what they need to do. We got to do it better. We got to find every little detail that we can correct. I'm not going to panic. I've been in worse position this before, and we found our way through it. My first year with Larry Fedora, we lost our first 6. We won 1 and then we lost 6. And so, the same thing. We pull together. We find ways to get better. We simplify, and hope that guys will find some confidence where they can play to their abilities.
Do you have any thoughts on number 1, Tremont Smith? He had a punt return early.
Yeah, he's a good player. We thought he was going in. He didn't start the year out punt returning, but knew they were going to put him in there. I thought he was their best DB. We felt like at corner he was solid, and that if you gave him space, that he could be dynamic in the return game. We got way out of lane in terms of leverage, and we punted the ball way out of the target zone, which made it even more difficult. So it was almost a double cross, and the guy made plays. And we'll watch it on film and be really upset with what it looked like. But when you have guys expecting for the ball to be in one spot and it's in a totally another spot, it's tough. And then it just creates a really difficult leverage, and we didn't leverage the ball well at all.
You always talk about, everybody talks about, you win the game in the trenches, and offensively it seems like on the O-line they're not getting a lot of push up front. It seems defensively not getting a lot of pressure on the opposing quarterback, and those were 2 strengths I thought coming into this season that were maybe the staple of this football team. Any thoughts of any shifting there, anything that you can do differently to maybe change that?
Well, I think we got to analyze everything that we do, but at the same time, I don't want to panic. Number one, without watching it, I don't want to make an emotional decision or reaction to a bad night. A lot of times it's never as good as you think, and it's never as bad as you think. Now the score is going to be the score, but we'll see areas where we're a step away, a man away. There'll be some things that we can fix, but I agree, man. We felt like our defensive front was going to be the strength of us. I still think it is. And I think we got to get them off the field. I think our offensive line, I expect more from 5 seniors that we can block and move the chains on the ground, and we've got to find a way to do that. But without watching tape and really dissecting it, everything is just armchair quarterback. I'm not going to be that guy. I got plenty of those out there anyway, so they'll figure it out and tell me about it on social media, I'm sure, tonight.
Hey, Coach, one thing I wanted to ask is, how does this 0-4 start change what your expectations and goals were for the season?
Well, obviously we're not near not nearly in a position to even talk about national football. We got to talk about just one day at a time football. We haven't played a conference game yet, so everything in front of us, and we're measured here by winning conference titles, and we've been pretty good at that in the past. And you know, a lot of the guys in this room won one last year. It wasn't that long ago. I know people maybe have forgotten that, but this group, there's a lot of dudes that were part of that. So, you know, we want to find a way to win a conference title. We want to find a way to get to a bowl game. We want to continue the bowl game streak, and we want to find a way to win a championship. So, you know, those goals and expectations will never change as long as they call me head football coach. Now, whether or not we have the team to do that on a given year, every year is different. And, you know, we never talk about this stuff during the season anyway. We talk about one day, one practice, 1 week at a time. That is all we ever discuss. We talk about those goals in the off season when we're talking about whatever our program goals are. But we don't ever talk about those things during the season. We talk about one day, one practice, one meeting, one game at a time. And we can't get any of these 4 back. We can sure make an impact on what happens this next week. And that's what we got to do. It's not easy, though.
Anything else for Coach Anderson, guys?
What you got? Go ahead. Go ahead. You fix and ask a question. I don't want to run out of here.
You've got 10 days until your next game. How are you going to practice between now and next Wednesday?
Tomorrow we'll try to learn as much from this as we can. Try to get any bodies that are beat up and healed up. Monday's a game plan day for Georgia Southern, who I think took one on the chin. You know, played a tough game, tough opponent, and they got to travel here. We'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday like we normally do. We'll give them Friday off, practice Saturday morning, practice Sunday evening, and then, you know, kind of last game prep, you know, Monday, Tuesday in the game time. So we get some extra days for the option that we're going to see. It's not something we see a lot of, so it'll be good for the defense. Some extra days to get guys healed up. And, you know, hopefully, like I said, we all know we got work to do, so we got to find some areas where we can improve and do it quickly.
You didn't lose anybody.
I don't think so. I think everybody was able to play through what little bit, you know, a couple shoulder issues, but I think all in all we should be healthy. I would expect to get Booker back healthy for the next one, but I really don't know that till we evaluate. But I think we came out of it okay physically.
Your thoughts on Justin Clifton play where he was ejected?
I mean, I saw the replay. I don't agree with it, but they obviously looked at it and thought there's not much I can do about it. There were several I didn't agree with tonight, but I thought they got Money Hunters right. I thought Justin should have been left on the field, but I'm sure that, and again, I didn't rewind it a bunch, but I'm assuming they felt like he made some type of helmet contact is the only thing I can think of because it wasn't late. And, you know, I maybe just a bad angle. They couldn't tell. So you got to respond. And Trent Ellis came in and played well. Made a couple big plays. You know, his grandfather passed away yesterday. He's been through a lot this week. And really emotional week for him. He went out and did a great job. Anybody else?
Everybody good?
Thanks.
Thanks.
Acting on your eyes, 1-1. We'll open it up for questions.
All right, guys, I mean, obviously an 0-4 start, not anything that anybody envisioned, just confidence-wise. You know, I mean, where is this team at?
Confidence-wise, I really can't say right now, but I think we just came into the season thinking that we were too, you know, high and mighty. You know, we just, you know, everybody blowing our heads up. We're just taking it out of proportion. We worked hard. We worked harder than we ever have, man. We just don't seem to translate that to the field right now.
About the same.
It seems like consistency is maybe one of the biggest problems, one of the things Coach Anderson's talked about. I mean, not just on offense, as a team, as a whole. It seems like during the week in practice, you guys seem to be on the money, and then when the lights come on, that's where the problems occur. I mean, maybe y'all's idea of why that is.
Definitely consistency, you know, is just something you have to be a good team and just being able to move the ball, being able to stop the ball. And, you know, we're there in practice. We do what we need to do. And it's just something that just, you know, we got to come together. We got to stop doing the mistakes. You know, we just got to be us. Change it.
I think we just practice so hard that we think it's over after we practice so hard that it just come to us. But practicing hard, you got to convert, you know. We just can't seem to do that. I don't know what the, I don't.
Warren, do you have any idea what the issues were in the running game tonight? It seemed like y'all couldn't ever really get things going.
You know, they did a pretty good job. You know, they were coming off the ball. You know, we had to make a few changes to what they were doing. And, you know, they just did a good job tonight. You know, we started moving the ball outside, you know, getting more movement. And so it was a little too late.
Were the turnovers frustrating in the fact that you guys would move the ball and then it seemed like a drive would get killed by a turnover?
Most definitely. You know, they won the turnover battle. You know, we gave the ball to them. You know, we were moving it, and we were just that close. You know, that just going back to the confidence thing, that kills your confidence. And so, trying to keep the team together, trying to keep them high, let them know we still have a chance after a turnover is pretty hard.
How do you keep your heads high?
We have to. You know, we're about to go into conference. You know, these 4 games, we didn't imagine them coming out like this. And it's just something we got to move on, move forward. You know, as a team, you know, we got leaders like Zay, leaders like Blake. We got a team meeting. You know, so even without the coaches, this is our team, and we have to play as one. You know, we will find a way to get better and come together.
How do you guys explain having the talent that you guys have? I mean, this team is loaded with talent and not being able to find that consistency. I know it's frustrating to you guys, but just dealing with that aspect and trying to figure it out. You just said it. It's your team. You guys are the players. You guys are going to be the only ones that can change this. How do you change that from this point on?
We just gotta get everybody to buy in. We got so much talent that I feel like everybody wants to take off each game. You know, in each possession, they want to be the star, and we just gotta all buy in. We just gotta all just roll with the punches. Everybody can't be the man. You know, we just gotta accept that and just try to build a team up and be consistent and gain some confidence and roll into the conference.
So defensively, where are you most disappointed in tonight's effort? What do you feel like you guys didn't do well or could have done better that might have changed the outcome of this game?
Getting off on third downs, it wasn't just solely one thing. It was different things at different times. Pass game, run game, you know, containing the edge or just fitting the gap. It was different things at different times. So all in all, we got to play together. We have to come together, and when adversity strikes, we have to fight back.
Where are you right now? I guess where's your psyche right now? Obviously, not very good. But just what are you feeling? Kind of numb right now, or what?
Mentally, I mean, I'm hurt first and foremost. I'm hurt. I think we all are hurt. You know, we never thought didn't see the season going like this, but you know, like I said, when adversity strikes, you have to fight back. So you're hosting a team, needing them all players only. We have to find some change. We have to do something to change this outcome of what's going on with our team, and at least finish the season strong.
Any thought that you guys might overlook this team since they were an FCS program and you guys are supposed to win?
I don't think we overlooked the team. We knew they had some kind of talent, you know, but I said at different times, different things, different players, it was just different things going on that we was messing up on, and that just comes back to trusting each other and playing together, playing as one. Like Blake said, when we got so much talent on the team, all of us want to be a star at that one moment, you know. We just have to learn how to play our role and do our job, our own job first.
Any point tonight, was anybody pointing fingers?
Sometimes, at times, but you know, like I said, that comes with getting the team together, getting us together and playing as one, and getting everybody on the same cycle, on the same mental level, as fighting back and not pointing fingers, but just keep stepping into it, keep going.
You know, for all of you, when this game was over and that clock hit all 3 zeros, that team across the field from you guys act like they just won the Super Bowl and celebrated on your field and made sure you guys knew about it. Is that something you guys will use as motivation moving forward with what they did at the end of this game?
Most definitely.
Yeah, for
We-
sure.
All the games that we've lost so far, we use as motivation going into the following week. So, now was we classy with what we did? Most of us know. I kind of take the blame for that because it started with me. But it hurt. Like I said, it hurts. It hurts to lose. No one thought our season to go like this, but we have to find a way to come back, and we will.
Do you guys feel like as a team that your back is against the wall at this point? I mean, being 0-4, but I mean, the bright side of it all is you guys haven't played one conference game. And really, at this point, conference is really all that matters anyway. And so, I mean, do you feel like your back's against the wall? And do you feel like maybe you guys up to this point have been pressing maybe a little too much?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think we do kind of feel like our backs against the wall, but like you said, conference all that matter. But we really wanted to win some of these out of conference games, But we know that we have to finish strong and at least come out of this thing with a Sun Belt championship.
Guys, anything else? Y'all got any questions for our quarterback?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, since there's four, can we move the mic down towards towards Justice? Justice, obviously going out there, having the reins, what was it like for you? And as things got tighter and at the game, how was it for you to try to keep in control and try to lead this team?
I thought we actually did do some good things tonight. My 2 turnovers sure didn't help. There's a couple times we got momentum going where I thought, we could get a couple scores up on them. We ended up shooting ourselves in the foot, whether that was me throwing an interception, a fumble, a penalty, or something like that. So we just really got to put it all together.
Decision-wise, did you feel comfortable as the game went on, or were you feeling pressure?
Yeah, I did feel comfortable. In a tight game like that, you always want to end up making plays. Sometimes you get impatient. I think I did that a couple times, forced a couple throws and ended up turning over, and I can't do that.
It seemed as if quite a bit of the night that their defensive line was able to get pressure on you. Just as the quarterback being back there and talking to O-line and some of the things that you've seen throughout the night, just what's some of the things that you've seen as far as them being able to get that pressure on you?
They got a good defensive line. We knew they had a solid defense going into it. Like I said, I could have played better. I try to be the leader of the offense, and 23 points isn't enough. We got to help our defense out more than that, and we really just got to put it together.
Coach said that he's not going to make any changes. It's your team from here on out. You're a sophomore. He's going to stick with it. Does that help, knowing that maybe you don't have to look over your shoulder?
I try to take a leadership role regardless. All 4 of us, we just got to be leaders on this team and get everybody moving in the right direction. It's not just me. It's not just Zay or Blake or Warren. It's all of us. It's just got to be a full movement for the whole team.
At this point, as being leaders on this team, it's really, really easy for folks to start maybe jumping out of line, if you will. And as being leaders, how are you guys going to prevent that from happening? Because it was very obvious when this game was over that was already starting to occur. So how do you guys handle that? Because I know for each one of you, it's a lot of times better coming from a peer than from someone else.
Stop it immediately. We can't just if we see somebody being negative, we got to jump on it. We can't continue to let the problem progress. When you see something like that, you got to jump on it, because that's not good. That's not good energy. That's not helping anyone. That's not helping the benefit of the team. We got to all be positive at all times. Victory or defeat.
Do you still have confidence as a team?
Oh yeah, always have confidence.
Anything else, guys? All right.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you, gentlemen.